Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Grizzly FOG, and you are now listening to the Ring Talk Podcast. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and holla at me at Twitter at Grizzly FOG, also on Instagram at Grizzly Ray, SoundCloud.com/Grizzly FOG, and listen to this podcast wherever podcasts are presented. Also on Anchor.fm/Grizzly FOG. Yeah, what's up, man? It is your boy Grizzly FOG. I'm back here with another episode of Ring Talk. You know what I'm saying? Last episode 8. If you didn't check it out, go ahead check it out. It should be on my Anchor by now. By the time this podcast episode comes out, the full thing is on my YouTube page, Coolin with Caleb, COOLIN WITCALIB. The Anchor version will be condensed to hell because this was a fucking 2 hour 46-minute interview, but it was so fun to do. But yeah, we back in here for episode 9 again, back again. You know, it's the homeboy WayJay, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
And yeah, man, it's Monday, October 5th, and last night we had takeover happen. Apparently a lot of people didn't even know that takeover was going to happen last night or whatever. I don't know if they just didn't pay attention to WWE this week or whatever. Blah blah
I think they
blah.
just have short attention spans, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. Um but we'll get into that in a minute. I supposed to have like 3 topics, but I can't even think of the third topic to talk about. So we're going to do these two right now, and we'll just roll with whatever the fuck comes off of our mind. I don't know how we put this shit together, but it just happens. So like I said, we'll keep this one short for you guys. I know some of y'all do like long interviews, but I know y'all just don't want to sit there for like almost 3 hours listening to people spew nonsense. But it is what it is, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and start, man. First of all, this is a wrestling slash Joshi slash music podcast, but you know we do have do have our sports to talk about, you know, sometimes. And um man, for those who don't really know about me and stuff like that and my interest in stuff, I am a sports fanatic. So that means not only do I pay attention to your regular sports, your football, soccer, well, not really soccer. I mean, I'm not really into soccer like that, but
And get
I
into
do know
soccer like that. It's fun though.
it is. I've been watching the MLS um start back up. I need to really get into Premier League and stuff like that,
I was about
but
to say you gotta get into the Premier League and the Bundesliga. I watch a
yeah,
lot of Bundesliga just
yeah,
because Bayern Munich's my favorite team.
yeah. You're gonna have to put me on sometime.
Hell yeah.
But you know, your football, basketball, um, stuff like that, obviously. But those who don't know about me, I'm really into racing, and I have been watching NASCAR ever since I was a fucking kid. I know it's kind of crazy to hear a black guy say, "Hey, I'm a NASCAR fan." You know, you don't. I mean, I feel like you don't really hear that shit too often. I know there's black NASCAR fans. Yeah, maybe. Bubba Wallace is one of my favorite drivers, but not primarily my favorite driver. But he's getting there. Um, yeah, stuff like that. So I mean, I just don't watch. Um, you know, I mean, I watch different forms of auto racing, not just NASCAR. You know, I kind of dabble into F1 and IndyCar and other stuff like that. I guess ARCA too. You know, I mean,
Super GT is really fun.
yeah, most definitely. But yeah, as you know, I I watch basically the top 3 series. I just don't watch the Cup Series. Yes, I watched the Camper World Truck Series and the Xfinity Series also. But man, I had to. I had to watch the race yesterday. It's Talladega. Any super speedway race is going to be exciting at the end, and it was a good race all day, I guess, until the ending. And plus, that gave me something to watch, and that gave me something to turn away from the terrible, terrible game that my team put on yesterday in their home stadium against a team called the Cleveland Browns. And I'm just, you know, I had to.
How do y'all let Jarvis Landry do that dirty work on you like that?
How do we
Like
let?
man's
No,
literally
no, no,
threw a
no, no, no.
touchdown
I,
pass.
I want, I want to know how. Okay, the watermelon kick. I understand it's a novelty, but why would you do it in the last few minutes of the game? If not, at least do an onside kick, or at least just kick it and just let it touch back. But don't do a squib kick like that. And then you have Odell Beckham just running all across the field, no defense whatsoever, none out there, and he scores. And that basically ended the game. Dak had 502 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception, which was at the last play, or the last Cowboys play of the game. Trying to throw to Amari Cooper, and unfortunately that got intercepted. And I really, really think that was Amari's fault. I will not hear any different opinions. Don't at me. That wasn't Dak's fault. That was all on motherfucking Amari Cooper. He said it, and he said it committed to catching that ball. I don't care how many footsteps you hear and stuff like that. Should have catch the ball. But yeah, no, we lost 49-30. What was it, 49-38?
Just
I'm
something like
pretty
that.
sure. Oh Jesus. This
Did
is
you see
going to be
Stephen A.
one.
Smith's video after it?
Yeah. we the NFC East is going to be crazy. And
Like I said last week, man, I don't think any of those fucking teams finished with a positive record. I think all of them finished with a losing or tied record. I fucking guarantee it.
yeah, I guarantee it too. We have the Giants next week, and that should be a easy win. But you never fucking know, because why? It's the fucking Dallas Cowboys.
Daniel Jones will suddenly learn how to quarterback.
Jason Garrett will get his revenge.
Fucking right. Dude, that's what they get for fucking hiring Mike McCarthy, I'm telling you.
No,
Man, here,
seriously, I
let
don't really think it's the culture. I think it's the fact that we don't have anybody that's worth a damn on defense. Defense is just shit right now. We need a different defensive coordinator for real.
True.
Um, Jerry Jones can't get his fucking head out of his ass. Letting go
Boo to
Byron
that.
Jones was a terrible decision. Um, Everybody is just like sign Earl Thomas, but I still feel like, okay, so what the hell is that going to do? I mean, you could have Earl Thomas in. I know he's a impact player, sort of, kind of, but you still got other guys out there, and like they're not playing to their fucking full potential. That I feel like.
Right. But here's my thing though. I definitely think that it's a culture issue because there's no fucking reason that you guys should be as bad as you are. You had one of the
It
best
really,
defenses in the
it
league
really.
like a couple years ago. The reason why I say that it's a culture issue is look at my fucking hogs, okay? Look at the
Oh Lord.
Arkansas Razorbacks. They had two of the worst fucking years I've ever seen Arkansas football ever play. And then this weekend, finally, they get their first win in 20 fucking SEC games against
Holy
Mississippi State.
shit! I
Yeah,
didn't know
dude.
it was that long.
Yeah, dude. It's the fifth longest record in SEC history.
That's a big
Chad
deal,
Morris is
then.
a fucking joke. And if Chad, if you're somehow hearing this, and I doubt it, but Chad, you are a fucking joke. I hope that we put our dicks down your throat whenever we face you at fucking Auburn next week. You suck. Fuck you. Go die in a hole. Recruit your son to your shitty schools. and fucking just fall off of the face of the earth.
Go the fuck off,
Go
way.
the
Okay.
fuck away. Dude, that man has probably caused me more depression than fucking just about anything. I swear to God, like, I didn't think that football could make me cry, but I fucking cried after that Mississippi State game. It's been too fucking long since we've had a win. And what the fuck? Sam Pittman comes in and everyone, including a bunch of fucking Mississippi State people, hey, you hired Georgia's water boy. Well, guess what, bitch? The water boy just kicked your ass. And then we hired Barry Odom.
We
Barry
just
Odom,
lost the water boy.
fucking yeah. Yeah, nah, you lost the best offensive line coach in the goddamn country that actually knows how to run a team and put together a fucking unit. He produced all of the best offensive line talent at Arkansas whenever he was coaching with Petrino. And then he went to Georgia. And after he went to Georgia, he made their offensive line scary as shit. And then guess what? Barry Odom, for about a half, was shutting their shit the fuck down. That's another thing I want to say. Thanks, Mizzou, for firing Barry Odom. Thank you so much, you dumb motherfuckers. Now y'all gonna get dicked on. I I have not felt this good about Arkansas sports in years.
You also, excuse me. You also a fan of the college baseball team, right?
College baseball, college basketball, anything Arkansas Razorbacks, I'm fucking here for it. And yeah, no,
I am a mix. I am a Tar Heel fan as well. Actually, I'm a Tar Heel fan and a Louisville fan, and in college basketball. Regardless, college football, my favorite team is Virginia Tech. Obviously,
yeah,
um, I have been swayed to be a Auburn fan. Um, but that's just
man, you
you
don't be
that's
an Auburn fan next week. That's all I'm telling you. Don't do it because Chad Morris is about to get fucking exposed. We're not even gonna let him score 20 points.
damn.
Mark it right now. Arkansas is gonna win that fucking game 35 to probably about 17.
This is a WayJay exclusive. If anybody watches college football, listen to this podcast. Listen to this man. And I
Man,
don't know. I'm
I've
pretty
never
sure this.
felt confident
I'm
until
pretty
like
sure.
now.
I'm pretty sure this will be out by Friday. So, if anybody
Hell
listen
yeah.
to this, and what the game is Saturday.
Yep, Saturday. I think it's on SEC Network. I do
Luckily, I got
know
that.
I do know that whenever we play Ole Piss, that we're going to be playing on ESPN2 because that's our homecoming game.
That's clever.
Yeah, fuck the Rebels.
You
But
know,
yeah,
what's depressing?
yeah,
It's fucking finish to this race yesterday. That's what's depressing.
right though.
Um, all right, so let's get into it. Man, I've never been so happy for Bubba Wallace. This man is going to go to Denny Hamlin Racing to in 2021. Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin will be owners. I expect to see a whole bunch of sponsorships from Jordan Brand, Beats, motherfucking uh I don't know what the fuck else.
I'm happy for him for that shit because you know what? He really just as much as we got to love the king, I don't really know if that was the best fit for him.
Yeah,
I
but it's this if he's a fucking good driver, man.
yeah,
Think about RPM for a second, man. They are a one car team, a one car charter. They used to be a two car team back in the day. You know when they had the 9 car and they had motherfucking Marcus Ambrose winning all the motherfucking road courses.
yeah,
Um, but you think about RPM, you don't really put them at the top of the teams like Hendrick and Stuart Haas and Joe Gibbs and stuff like that. They're kind of like mid tier team. And Bubba, he fucking exceeded expectations in my opinion. I don't care
yeah,
what anybody been talking about. The whole shit that happened this year with the noose and shit like that, man. Like then people saying he's making it up, calling him Jussie Smollett, man, whatever. I don't care. Dude he's been one of the top voices for NASCAR this year as far as like the diversity and the Black Lives Matter go, obviously. But he's been racing this year, man, and he was leading. He was out in front and yesterday, and unfortunately he crashed out in one of those overtime crashes that led
Shit.
to the finish. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna say he's gonna um like
Win a
be.
championship or
I
something, but
mean, I mean, no, but he's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna do something next year. He might,
yeah,
he might show out next year, and I'm kind of excited for that. But one thing I want to see is I want to see somebody. I don't care if it's Wood Brothers or I don't care if it's Penske or anybody. I want to see somebody sign Matt DiBenedetto because
dead
he don't even
ass.
know. He doesn't even know where he's going next year. He been
Isn't
racing.
his team shutting down?
No, not Wood. Is I don't know if Wood Brothers is shutting down. I don't think Wood Brothers is shutting down.
I thought that I saw some team was going to be shutting down after this year. I don't remember who it was though. But
Um,
yeah, no
I think
fucking.
um,
Remember back in the day when there were only like 4 teams and it was kind of easy to keep track of it.
yeah, no, I think you're. I don't know if you're thinking about the charter that got brought by Denny Hamlin. Um,
Maybe.
that's what you're probably thinking about because Denny Hamlin brought a charter for somebody and they're going to shut down, and Denny's going to take that charter and start up Denny Hamlin Racing next year. Um, but I don't think the
That
Wood
might be
Brothers
what
is
it
shutting
was
down.
then.
Wood Brothers has an alliance with Penske, so I don't know if they're shutting down or I don't know if they're remaining, but I feel like they have their person right there in their seat. They have
Yeah,
to
right.
they have to resign um Matt DiBenedetto, in my opinion, because he's been racing, man, and um what happened at the end of the race is unfortunate. So let's get into it. All right, we already had 2 overtimes. Both of them ended in like cautions before the white flag. So boom, white flag. Well, actually, no. Let's start at the beginning. Green flag comes out. Matt is the leader, and they're just racing and racing, and white flag comes, and this is where everything starts to get hectic. So we go into turn three. Excuse me. Going to turn three. Coming out of turn three and going into turn four. Who was it? William Byron was the one who made the move on Matt.
I think that Byron was making a move. Yeah,
Byron makes a move on Matt. And he's on the bottom. Matt's up top. Matt, obviously being the leader, tries to block Byron, but he gets into him, and Byron goes down below the yellow line. Meanwhile, in the back of them, you have Chris Busher and Danny Hamlin racing. Hamlin is coming um, and is about to pass Busher, but Busher comes down a little bit, but I don't think he makes any contact with Danny Hamlin. And um, Hamlin, I'm assuming, feeling like he ran out of the room or something like that. He goes, um, and then he goes below the yellow line. The thing is, I feel like he goes below the yellow line, but he keeps advancing his position. And you could say, okay, well, he was kind of forced down there, but I don't know, stuff like that. So we have all that happening, and Matt, gets loose and coming in through the trioval to the start finish line, and then you have Hamlin beating Matt by some odd thousands of a second to win the race. Um, NASCAR literally goes back to the replay and review what happens. Um, and they look at the replay and they see everything that's happening, and they ruled Denny Hamlin the winner. They took Matt's finishing position of second and decided to place him in the 21st. Apparently, Chase pushed somebody down below the yellow line, or he, uh, I think he pushed somebody down below the yellow line. I can't remember. Um,
And then they said that it was. Then they said it was
and then
Matt's
yeah,
fault.
no, 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 no. Um, Chase pushed somebody down below the yellow line, apparently, but um, I guess either Hendrick appealed or NASCAR went to take a look back at it, and they rescinded their decision. Um, and that kind of added insult to injury. Not gonna lie. Um, I mean, Dale Jr. He has been an advocate of getting rid of the yellow line rule, and for real, let's be real here. That rule isn't really needed today because regardless of the fact, these drivers are going to race and when it comes down to the checker flag, and they're going to do anything that they need to do that sees fit or whatever. They're going to do whatever they have to do to win, and you get to banging and you get to making contact with other drivers, and you ain't gonna have nowhere to go, and you get down on your line, and like you know what is it? I don't, I'm not really a fan of it. I understand why it's there, but I'm not really a fan of it. Like maybe they should do something where like either remove it completely, or maybe they should do something like remove it during the last few laps or something like that.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I don't know why they are enacting that if it's not absolutely egregious. Because to me, that seemed completely like it was a racing move. It didn't seem like it was something where he really did something wrong. I mean, he wasn't trying to wreck him. Like
Exactly.
if you're just making a move and you get bumped and it's just below the yellow line, but dude keeps racing, then there is absolutely no reason that you should ever call a penalty on that.
Exactly. And like you said, it wasn't really like he was trying to like just like push him down there. He's going to block. He's the leader. He's trying to protect the win that's coming ahead of him. And I don't know. Like I don't know,
You know what I
man.
think fucked him after I watched it a couple of times?
What?
What I think it was is I think that whenever like he pushed down like that and he clipped him, and then he went right back up on the track. And so it's like maybe I can see why you would call a penalty there, but if he didn't wreck, there's no reason to call it. Like if this is in like fuck, like the fucking like 100th lap of the race, then sure, call it, you know? But like come on, at the end of the race, people are if you ain't bumping, you ain't racing. You have to fucking bump and you have to do that kind of shit so you can make sure that you win a race. If you start taking that out of it, you lose the sanctity of racing itself. Period.
Basically, I mean, it's man. Look, man. Like I didn't get to show you the post race interview that he did, but dude, he was in so much of fucking sambles, and it was so. it was. I mean, it
Did
was.
you see his tweets though?
Yeah, no, I like the Wood Brothers tweets because
Yeah, like as
they're
far as we're concerned, he finished second.
yeah, like that's that's good for them to stand behind their driver and be real, because that's how everybody else feels. We feel like not only he finna say, we feel like he won the race.
Yeah. I
If you don't have
argue that maybe it wasn't the best decision for him to cut down like that, but I feel like that's something that you just have to learn through years of driving. I think that it's like I don't know really the best way to say it, but I think that if he would have stayed up, I mean, he was getting people behind him that were going to be helping draft him, and so I think that if he would have stayed up, maybe moved down a little bit, just to like check chase, then maybe it would have been a little bit different. But he had people that were going to be coming up to push him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know. I think that I think there was a way for him to definitely win. But yeah, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, also, he finished second. That's bullshit.
Oh man, I mean, if you could, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can understand the whole deal with Hamlin, but it didn't even. My grip was it didn't even look like Busher really got into it. It just seems like Danny ran out of the room on the
Yeah.
bottom. It
That's what
wasn't
I'm
like
saying though. It's like
if
that's such a dumb thing to enact on the
see
last
like
couple
this.
laps.
This is the thing. Like if okay, so if you're gonna have that happen, and okay, you see Hamlin going down on the yellow below the yellow line, and then you see him advance his position, and while he's still below the yellow line, but you won't call a penalty or anything. Not even on Denny, but at least like on Chris
Right.
for like you know because Chris is like basically the reason why Denny went down below the yellow line, but he didn't make contact with him. He just didn't give him any more room or whatever. But like you still, I don't know, man. That's the thing with the rule. It's inconsistent calls. It's just ridiculous.
Visually
Uh,
assisted referees in NASCAR win.
It's just in the booth like, well, then he got pushed outside the old line, and but it's not like he advanced his position or anything. It didn't like it was like he passed a couple cars before he came back up. So yeah, let's give him the win. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Shit's
just
dumb. I don't know. Or the boy got robbed big time. That's for sure.
I might have to interrupt you. Isn't this like the third or fourth week that Lana got put through a table by Nia Jax?
I don't know. Maybe are they loving table spots lately? I know they like to do like one a show. So
I get. If you are trying to figure out what I'm watching Raw, and
yeah, no, I
they just
figured.
no, I mean I'm just talking for the audience
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
listening to
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
There was a 6-woman tag team match between Mandy Rose, Asuka, and Dana Brooke against Selena Vega, Natalia, and Lana, and you obviously know who won that if you can
Yup,
put two and two together.
yup.
Then after the match, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax come out and they confront Natalia and Lana for like the 1,003rd time, and Lana gets put through a fucking table and blah blah blah. So like,
Why do they
I
have
just
both of
want
them
to.
tagging together? That doesn't make
It,
sense to me.
uh, wait, who?
Lana and well, I mean, obviously Shayna and Nia, but also Lana and Natalia.
See, as far as Shayna and Nia goes, this is a funny story. I think Shayna and Nia was originally supposed to be Shayna and Asuka. Asuka, I think, was supposed to be on the payback card, but like she's triple duty Asuka. She's carrying the motherfucking women's division, at least the Raw
Yup.
women's division. I can't forget about Bailey. She just hit 500 days.
That shit
Um,
gonna end soon. Sasha's gonna take that shit at Hell in the Cell.
I hope so,
And then
but
watch, she's gonna drop it like 3 days later, like she
oh
does
my
every time
god,
that she fucking
stop!
wins a Hell in a Cell.
Oh my Jesus, stop! I hope not, but you never know. It's fucking WWE. But yeah, uh, it was originally supposed to be Cena and Asuka, but apparently, I've been hearing, I've been seeing on like news sites that they getting tired of double champions. They don't want to see Oscar sign, so they was like, you know what, we'll just tag you with Naya, and that is the team who took the belts off of uh Go the Role Models. As far as Natalia and Lana goes, this goes a couple months back. I can't really remember because I really don't care for Natalia nor Lana. I mean, I like
Felt that.
Natalia and I like Lana, but I really don't care for her. It seems like Twitter doesn't care for Natalia a lot, and it seems like they don't really care about uh, Lana a lot either. But I'm just like, why keep doing this? Is this supposed to be like a gag? Is this supposed to be something because of Miro going to AEW
That's
or
gotta be it, man. It's gotta be it. That's I was about to say that actually, but I didn't want to interrupt you. It's 100% because Rusev slash Miro went to AEW and fucking I don't know what their beef with Natalia is other than she's a heart. So I mean,
uh,
Montreal screw job company fucking over a heart member. So yeah, makes sense.
man, look, I don't know, man. It's Raw has been. I mean, I
Raw.
can't really say Raw has been repetitive, but SmackDown has been repetitive too.
At least SmackDown is easier to watch every week.
Yeah, SmackDown is easier to watch, but Raw is just like the same matches every week, and it kind of reminds me of when we didn't have the brand split, when we had the super shows, when we, okay, you would watch motherfucking Raw and you would have motherfucking the Usos go against the Bullet Club, and then you was like, okay, cool, yeah, that's great. And then you would have SmackDown on like Thursday or whatever the hell on
It's the
on on
Usos
Sci-Fi,
versus the
and
fucking Bullet Club.
the Usos versus the Bullet Club, blah blah blah.
Like, do
R-Truth
y'all
just
forget that you have like hundreds of wrestlers at your disposal or what? Like, I don't get it.
oh boy, that's the great part. Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's how I kind of feel about the Raw Women's division. They kind of do have women on disposal, like, well, they do now because they just added to it with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. But you
I
have people
still
like
don't get why
Bianca
they broke up the
Belair.
Iconics.
I don't know. And that's the thing about the women's tag team division is it's been hell ever since um early. I guess after. Well, actually, it's been hell since the Kabuki Warriors held the title, because before Sasha and Bailey got their second reign,
Yeah.
that tag title has been irrelevant ever since the Kabuki Warriors dropped it. They were the longest reigning tag team champions. They made that belt hot in the latter part of 2019. They were not only defending it on like the main roster, they defended it at NXT and stuff like that, but it kind of went downhill when Kari had that concussion, and that's when they decided, okay, let's make Asuka a priority and forget about the tag titles, and they didn't defend them belts for so long until WrestleMania when they lost it. And the tag titles, they've been iffy ever since. I mean, to go to role models, they did their thing, and now Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, they're doing their thing, but it hasn't really. The tag team division itself has been in shambles because you have breakups left and right. You have the Iconics broken up, Fire and Desire, they broken up. Sanya is out of WWE currently, understandably, and then like I mean, even when the Kabuki Warriors had the belt, the Iconics were not there on TV. You remember that? They weren't
Yeah.
there at all. They were not there at all. There wasn't really any like tag team on Raw to challenge them. You had Bliss Cross that were on SmackDown, and the thing is, okay, so if you have the women's tag titles, then you can go on any brand you want and defend them. So why
Right.
aren't we seeing these matches? You have Sasha and Bailey go on Raw just to confront Asuka, just to have Sasha win the Raw Women's Championship, which is understandable. But how did they get there? Why? Because they were the women's tag team champions, and the women's tag team champions can go on any brand they want and defend those titles. So that was okay. I understand that use, but why not use the belt? Go on different brands like NXT and Raw and wrestle, and SmackDown also, and like actually wrestle, defend the titles and stuff like that. You
Because why
know
would Vince give a shit?
exactly. The tag team, women or men, the tag team division has really hasn't really been looking good. You only have, you know, um Street Profits.
Yeah, I mean
They have been
it's
the shining
rough.
stars. They've been the shining stars of the tag team division. And you have others like the Viking Raiders, but you have, an injury with them. And you had Angel Garza and Andrade, but Garza is out with an injury too. I don't know if he's back. Y'all probably
I
see if he
think
is or not.
I think that he is back. They were talking about that it was just like some soreness in his hip or something, and they
Yeah,
thought
he
that it was a
probably
lot worse than it was. But I think there it was like he sprained it and he's gonna be back soon at least.
yeah, but this tag division hasn't really been great in WWE and stuff like that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But
Well, I mean, most of their best tag teams have left,
well,
so
yeah,
it's I mean, like fuck,
obviously, but
they had the Revival gone, the
going,
the
of
fucking
course,
Gallows and
OC
Anderson gone. Yeah,
going, yeah, just
it's
going.
yeah. Well,
Kurt Hawkins, Zack
Matt's
Ryder,
gone too. So
yeah,
no Hardy
Matt's going.
Boys, but I don't. They need to figure their shit out and get some tag teams in order because like it's bad, and they also need the women's tag team champions to start jumping brands because it's like you're not gonna fucking get anywhere if you don't
Just
do anything.
yeah, just
Like
staying
go
on one
somewhere where there's
brand.
actual tag teams.
Now, yeah, I can watch you put Lana through a table all day, but is it gonna really get you anywhere as a tag team, women's tag team champion? Doing that every time and
I
every
feel
time.
like what they're doing is they only have both of them as the tag team champions to up them, so like to give both of them more individual um like build up, I guess.
But and then again, when you think about it, you don't really have any established teams on SmackDown either, because Bliss Cross is you could just throw that away because Alexa Bliss is going through what she's going through.
Yeah.
Um, you don't really have anybody established enough in NXT. I mean, the only team you can make in NXT really is Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. But other than that, I don't really see anybody else. So they're kind of stuck there on Raw to do whatever because all the team or the Natalia Lana is there, and Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke could probably make a team because they seem to be teaming together lately.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's a decent team. I'm okay with that. It's like I don't know. It makes no sense that they're not spending any time building relationships with any of the women talent, and
Yeah.
then they aren't doing it. Like they're just not doing anything. They're focusing more on the individual championships and not the tag championships. And to have your promotion work, you need to be able to have decent divisions all the way around. And it's like,
Same thing goes for NXT as we get into Takeover 31.
yeah,
Um, man, I remember their tag team division and what was of it, and their tag team division is even in shambles. They're not really getting any takeover matches as well.
aren't a lot of people
Breezango.
hurt?
Well, yeah, uh, maybe you could say that, but I mean, you had Imperium and Breezango and Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era is still there. They don't have any of their members hurt. Except for like Kyle, who may have some teeth knocked out after last night's match. But I mean, I don't know.
It looked to me like he split his tongue, honestly.
He probably did, but the reports were saying he had some teeth knocked out. But
Oh
we'll get
shit.
into that. Um, Capital Wrestling Center. How do you feel about it?
I liked it. I was kind of really confused why they were just moving everything from the performance center, but like I liked it a lot. It was cool. I liked the cages up against the plexiglass. I almost wish that they would do that in
Yeah,
real wrestling.
yeah. It gave that environment like a real grunge feel. Like it's something grimy. Underground. See, like
Yeah.
this is where Raw Underground is supposed to be. You know,
Fucking
like
right.
the fucking okay, we got the mat with no rings, and we got the brawl. We just need, you the setup, of course, obviously is in a motherfucking room, but damn, at least make it more look like it's underground. Like put some motherfucking decor up, like the fences they had at the CWC,
I
and
think that
like,
if they did like that plexiglass shit all the way around and then just like had a door for other wrestlers to go through whenever they were doing that, it'd be a lot more entertaining.
oh
Make it
hell
like
yeah,
hockey.
like yeah, exactly. Like it's something like elimination chamber, but like you don't know who's behind the door, and like you just step in the ring and like you just like call out anybody, and whoever comes behind that door, whoever goes
That
through
that's who
that
you gotta
door
fit.
is,
That
is that's who you got to fight. You
WWE
know,
creative hire us.
hire us, but don't steal our idea. Okay, this
It's
is this is
honestly. And if you're
I,
gonna steal it, at least pay me a cool $1,000 at least.
you could just pay me in Arizona and fly me to Orlando so I can meet Oscar in person
Felt
and
that.
stuff like that. Um yeah, okay. What was the
So
first
the
match? The
first
first
one
the first
was
one was
the North American
Damien,
Championship.
yeah,
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 Damian Priest
Damien
and
Priest.
Gargano.
That Gargano way ain't working out, my dude.
It
I'm just
really
telling you
isn't.
that
I
right
don't.
now.
I haven't been keeping up with NXT a lot, but like, what the hell is going on with all of that? Is he heel now?
Oh yeah, Gargano's been heel since that cinematic match he had with Tommaso Ciampa.
I knew he
Um
was for a second, but it's been a minute, so I didn't know if anything else
yeah,
had happened.
yeah, he turned heel. um I forgot if it was Takeover Portland or I don't know. No, it wasn't Takeover 30 because they only had 4 takeovers, so it had to be Portland. Earlier this year, and that's when they turned heel. When him and I think Candice already turned heel, but Gargano, either Candice already turned heel or she turned heel with him. So yeah, he's been heel, and he's I guess he's been good, with being a heel, but
Ain't
man,
too good
he
against
needs
Damian
to
Priest though.
no, he needs to work on his tactics or something, something like that.
He
I
needs
don't
to
know.
work on making his punches harder and knocking Priest's hands off of the rope whenever he's dangling with the fucking steel steps underneath him.
Lord.
I
Um,
honestly thought that whole spot, I was like I was watching it, and then after Priest didn't suplex him into it, and then after Gargano didn't punch him off, like after, and they were just doing more punching shit. I'm like, oh, so they're not gonna do anything with this. Okay, it's just there. But I don't know. Like overall, the match was pretty good. I mean, Gargano is a great wrestler, but that's obvious. And
man,
Priest, I
Priest.
think, I mean, yeah, he did what he needed to do.
Yeah. Um, of course, second match was Kushida versus Redacted. Um, Kushida did what I asked him to do and showed out, beat the hell out of Redacted and won. And then after the fact, beat the hell out of Redacted some more. And I think 100% the fans were happy to see that.
Yeah,
And
that's good shit. I don't know how they're still keeping Redacted unemployed. Or like I don't know how they're keeping him employed. I don't know how he's not unemployed.
I don't know,
It's
man. Like,
it, I mean, like I guess it
it's
makes sense with Katie Vick, Triple H, but you know,
I mean, like, and the fact that H, was talking about his his conduct outside the ring versus inside the ring.
yeah, that's
I
such
mean,
bullshit.
it's right there, bro. Like, you just stop trying to sugarcoat us. Like,
Yeah, we all know.
we
Like
all
we don't have to
know.
keep kayfabe right now. It's
No,
we know.
just be real with us, because like this type of shit, isn't really good for you. I mean, like, you're getting not only the brand painted in a light. We already had some wrestlers that left, and you still have some like Matt Riddle, who's was caught up in that whirlwind of accusations, and um I don't know. It's kind of like they just bat an eye to whatever the hell is going on in real life. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because they don't give a shit. But I mean, that's not really new. I mean, that's always been how it is.
No, that's always been how it is, man. But damn, of course, I like the match. I like the winner. Obviously,
Yeah.
I agree with it. Stuff
Yeah,
like
what
that.
what really sucks, and it's really disappointing to me because I wanted to like Redacted so much,
Oh yeah, I think
and
everybody did.
like, and then it's like as soon as that came out, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man! I was rooting for you.
Man, I remember I was at work when that news broke, and I seen this tweet. I was like, God damn, man! And it was just like nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Then a couple months later, we get this whole, speaking out thing, and some people came back and came forward, and it's not a good look. And then we, learn about the loophole in the Florida law or whatever the fuck, and that right there was just like, wow.
Yeah, like they don't even give a shit because there's a loophole. It's like it's shit's fucked. I don't like it. I don't understand why they're just batting an eye to it. I don't understand why they're batting an eye to Matt Riddle either. Makes no
Just
sense.
because, just because it's all legal, I just don't understand. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Look,
Yeah. Man, forget
third match.
forget Chris Benoit. The real redacted is
Oh God,
redacted.
man. Third match, man. NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Santo Escobar, Isaiah Swerve Scott. That match was a fucking banger.
Yeah, I
I
was about
swear
to
to
say that
God,
match was fire as shit. Yeah,
that match was a banger, bro. I mean, damn, like
I love
that.
anything with lucha in it, man.
Yes,
Lucha's my
definitely.
favorite thing.
Oh yes, man. Like that was a banger. Of course, I knew the ending was going to happen, but I didn't, expect for Swerve to knock, his, hit that what's the name and just be in loopy land and
Yeah, right. No,
Santo.
it kind of seemed
Sant-
like it came out of nowhere.
yeah, it kind of did. And Santo retains. I didn't have nobody. I had nobody losing their belts to last night, which brings me into the next match. Oh man, I kind of live for like episodes like this, so
Uh,
I can just come up here and gloat and just rub it in people's faces. We
it's the same
had
thing as last week, man.
well, yeah, but um, NXT Women's Championship, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae. These two have tremendous history. They fought before, um, and they put on the banger. They have great chemistry together. As my
Yeah,
timer goes off, but yeah, they had great chemistry, and I knew that match was going to be a fucking banger. I mean, when I say that match was a banger, that match was a fucking banger. But it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
going to be that way without shenanigans. And Candice did give Io a run for her money. I give her that, but I knew Johnny was going to come in
man.
some
When he
sort of
came in
way.
and tried to quick count that shit,
Bro, see, he tried to pull a Bailey, and I almost got upset again. Like it's like World War II flashbacks to Extreme Rules. Like I still can't
oh
get over
no,
that shit. Like I know it's like fucking, but they just like kind of put Oscar in the bad light right there, in my opinion. And I understand it was to advance the storyline and stuff like that, but when you see your favorite just go down bad like that, you just like, man, what the
yeah,
fuck?
you can only shake your head at that shit.
I was so furious. So like seeing that happen to EO, I was like, no, this can't happen for a second time. But he tried to fast count it, and fortunately, EO has excellent hearing and feeling of the vibrations as he kicked out. And Johnny distracts the ref. Well, before then, he brings in the NXT Women's title and tries to hand it to Candice, but the ref comes in and he distracts the ref. Candice takes the title, hits Io with the title, and everybody thought it was over by then. And then he does the 3 count, and Io kicks out somehow, some way. And then Io just finishes Candice with the number one moonsault in wrestling, if I'm not mistaken.
Yup.
She did a moonsault. I think she didn't move before that, but she does the moonsault at the end and retains her title. And this is the part where I have to say, y'all motherfuckers that pick Candace to win the fucking title, y'all look dumb as hell. All right, let me be nice. Maybe y'all don't look dumb as hell, but y'all know damn well EO was going to lose last night. You picking Candace to win over EO, and you don't even have seen. She's still early in her reign.
Yeah.
Basically, you can argue she's the number one wrestler, women's wrestler on the planet. Um, in my eyes, my top five women's wrestlers on the planet: Asuka, Io Shirai, Sasha Banks, Meiko Satomura, and really, I say I guess Hikaru Shida. Thunder Rosa is um, a big honorable mention. Um, Bailey is an honorable mention. Um, Mayu with oh my god, I forgot about Mayu Iwatani. Jesus
Oh
Christ,
yeah, fuck, man. They
Mayu is
they. I
fucking
mean, I
good.
don't blame you because they have so many fucking people they aren't using.
Well, yeah, but Mayu is in Stardom. She's like a completely different.
Oh fuck, I thought that she had hopped over for some fucking
Oh
reason. That's
hell
my
no,
bad.
no, no! I don't think Stardom wanted Mayu the hop.
Yeah,
Mayu is their fucking ace, and yeah, she's crazy good. And oh man, I was supposed to talk a little bit about Stardom. The last podcast was um the last podcast they had their captain's match around this time. It was TCS versus Oedo Tai, and whoever lost that match was supposed to disband. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, Oedo Tai um, lost by DQ, and TCS remained alive. But this past Saturday, they had the tag match between each other, and whoever lost that would disband, and that was a no DQ match. And Konami, who is a member of TCS, turned on Jungle Kiona, who was the other member of TCS, and TCS lost, and they had to disband. If you don't know, or if you do know, TCS was Honda Kimura's group, and basically, they have basically they had to disband. You could keep it going forever, but it would be good for the other stars to get out of that and try to go their own separate ways and try to go their own routes instead of trying to keep something together. But as
that
Jungle
shit
put it,
was
her
sad. The
yeah,
yeah. I
as
read that post.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that shit was fucking heartbreaking.
yeah, as Jungle put it, TCS wasn't really just Honda's group, but actually TCS was kind of like a family, and it's kind of sad to read anyway. It's kind of hard to see as being a fan of Stardom and Honda Kimura and TCS, but in reality, it was for the greater uh, good for the competitors and individuals and stuff like that. But let me get back on track here because I completely lost the tracks and stuff like that.
We were on the women's match. We just finished talking about it.
After the
So
match, uh, Tony Storm appears on the wide ass LED board and proclaims that she will be joining NXT. She will be leaving NXT UK and will be joining the NXT women's roster. And then this big reveal, everybody was making a deal about. NXT was making a deal about. Everybody thought it was going to be Bo Dallas coming back, and I didn't know who was going to come back. But then you have somebody on a fucking motorcycle riding around the performance center, going through the back door, and they come out on stage with this helmet on. And apparently, people can tell this person by the motherfucking pants they wear. I couldn't even tell. And lo and behold, they take their helmet off, and it's fucking Ember Moon. And
Man, I popped hard as shit.
I fucking popped hard as shit too. I was like, holy shit. Because we was sitting here last podcast, and I had to explain to you how severe of an Achilles injury that she had. She just didn't know, the timetable for her return, or she didn't know if she was going to be back in the ring with that type of injury. Like
Yeah.
shit, Achilles injury is something serious. Like we,
I
of
mean,
course,
fuck,
we all
that's what
seen.
retired Kobe.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but he still
He still shot
basically,
those free throws
yeah,
though.
he still stopped those free throws on that torn Achilles, and yeah, and shit, man, didn't somebody week 1 or week 2 tear their Achilles? I forgot if it was. I think it was during the 49ers and Giants game or something like that. But man, when you see that shit in slow motion, just see how the leg just pop, you
Oh god,
know,
yeah, it's fucking
Jesus
atrocious.
Christ.
It's atrocious.
That shit looks like an explosion inside of your leg. And like imagine it, this she had to feel that twice. Like, I don't know
Girl should
how
have just
you
stopped wrestling whenever she popped it the first time, man.
I just don't know how you come back from. Maybe she was she didn't really, you know, feel the pain, or I mean, she obviously knew she tore it before, but maybe she was like, she had a high pain tolerance and didn't care about it. But she tore it the second time, and she had to just stop for real. And I'm just glad that she's back. I know people are like, I've seen people on Twitter like, "Oh, you doing all this for Ember, blah blah blah." I'm like, dude,
Yeah, we're doing all this for Ember.
this is big, because like, first off, he's saying those comments, but understand the severity of the injuries he got. That's something that probably people can't come back from.
Right.
Tearing your Achilles twice, not once but twice. You can't, like,
That's
man.
not fucking easy to come back from.
It's not. It's not. And like, I understand, her being on backstage and her comments and stuff. Remember that whole thing she had with Bailey a couple months back,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I understand, her comments and stuff about, it kind of put her as like I guess a public enemy, so so to say, or whatever the hell. But man, just to see her back in competition is something that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, I want her to come back and fucking take NXT by storm because I love her to death.
Oh man,
She is kick ass.
you telling
Like
me ass like an
uh,
Oscar
true
fan? Like, her and Oscar has like history. And when I say history, I'm talking about like motherfucking
history. Yeah.
textbook in the motherfucking high school history class history, my nigga. Like, motherfucking, they
In
were wrestling for.
1700, Ember Moon and Asuka fought for the NXT
Yeah,
Women's
it wasn't
Championship.
even Ember Moon and Oscar. Or it was fucking Athena and Kana. Back
Fucking
in
true.
Shimmer, and they had history, and seeing them fight, have like one of the best matches in NXT history, going to Evolution. And I kind of popped, when Ember eliminated Oscar in that battle royal. Yeah, but yeah, man, they got history, man. And man, Ember is fucking great. Her fucking finisher is unique. See, has
That's
a
my thing. I
unique
love whip
ass
slams,
finisher.
bro.
This is what you was talking about last week. Like, at least have something unique as your finisher instead
Yeah,
of a
no.
fucking punch.
That shit, the Eclipse is one of my favorite finishers in wrestling, period. Because
Period.
that shit's like a fucking corkscrew front flip stunner, and it's fucking beautiful.
Yes, it
It's
is fucking great.
like like you got to be iconic to get over, and I don't get why we have blonde bimbos who can't do anything but do a punch fucking on the main roster. whenever we have all of this talent in NXT.
I just don't know, man. So I mean
But
that replaces two people instantly. As you know, Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez went up to the main roster to be part of Retribution.
which
So
still makes no damn sense. Continue.
but think about how stacked that division is now. I mean, you got Ember Moon back in NXT. You have Tony Storm joining the NXT women's roster. You still have Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez might be a factor. We also cannot forget about Shotzi Blackheart.
Yup. Also, but what 1 sec, let me stop you. Didn't Rhea get hurt? Didn't she like tear something like last week?
I don't know. I never heard about it. I don't think
I,
she
I
did.
I thought I thought we were talking about her Derrick Rose knees the other day.
No, you think about Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox. Okay, I got him confused. That's my bad.
Yeah, when Tegan got attacked by Candice, I guess that's when she got that ACL injury
Fuck.
because she attacked that knee that had a knee brace on, and Tegan tore her ACL. Again, that's like the third knee injury that she's had.
That shit's brutal. I tore both of my meniscuses whenever I was running cross country, like
Damn.
just throughout high school. Yeah, dude. And I fucking ran on them. It was terrible, but I ran on them.
Oh,
And so my knees are like perpetually fucked up. And so it's like I haven't ever tore an ACL, fucking knock on wood, or anything like that.
knock on the
But
nearest wood right
yeah,
now.
like fucking yeah, no, I don't, I do not ever wish to have that happen to me or to anyone, because that shit sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, it
I knew a
does.
guy, my stepdad, one of his friends, fucking he tore his ACL because he stepped off of the sidewalk wrong. I'm not fucking kidding.
It do happen like that. You know, you could do just make one wrong move and boom, there it is. You
And
know, you have a
gone.
torn whatever, torn meniscus, ACL, MCL, Achilles.
Yeah,
You
no, that's
know,
not good.
um, man, I'm telling you, like I injuries are crazy. Like, um, Jesus Christ, when I sprained my ankle, I was playing basketball and I tried to block somebody and I rolled off of somebody's foot. And unfortunately, my blood pressure just dropped, and I just, fucking passed out for like a brief second. Injuries are scary,
Yeah,
and
no, they are.
yeah, I just don't, what's that? So hopefully, Tegan recovers nicely and has a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, um, and even with all those competitors, we still have people that's at the, still there, like Indy Hartwell and Rita, excuse me, um, Indy, Rita, Catalina Garcia, Zia Lee. You can't forget about Zia Lee. Zia Lee, um, Aaliyah is still there. After like billions of years
Yeah, right.
and stuff like that. That women's division is it might be the best division in the U.S.
Yeah,
Um,
no, like the NXT women's division is so fucking stacked. Why can't they, like, I don't know, maybe make anything worth a shit go up to Raw? Like, isn't it supposed to be isn't the whole point of NXT to
See,
be
for real,
a
I
minor league brand basically? I don't fucking
people
get it.
people I mean it's a third brand, but people still see it as developmental, and I understand that, but it's established as a third brand, so it should be treated as a third brand.
Yeah.
But you have somebody like Rhea Ripley down there who's already been NXT Women's Champion. I understand she's trying to get her second NXT Women's Championship, but see, you like back in November during Survivor Series, she showed out and like
Right.
she's main roster material right now. So like I think she should be, if NXT is involved in the draft at all, I think she should be coming up from NXT to the main roster and going, if you put her on either Raw or SmackDown, that's going to give them a boost automatically out the gate because you have
Yep.
somebody who's a prime contender, somebody who is like can be hot off the scale as a a wrestler, can put on good matches and whatnot, and be a champion for your division. And I don't know,
I I don't know. They're just abusing the women's division on the main roster at least, and then they're just like it's like they put all of their fucking skill points on NXT into the women's division.
dude, Oscar Bailey and Sasha are worn the fuck out, and like
Yeah,
they have to be worn the hell out. But I know they love carrying the division, but they are like the only main ones that are carrying the division, and like Oscar's is just trying. I'm not even trying. She's carrying that division on her fucking back. Same thing with Bailey being such a dominant champion. She's carrying that division, SmackDown Women's division as well. Both Raw and SmackDown Women's divisions are kind of in dire, needs because obviously they don't have their superstars as like a Becky Lynch or a Charlotte Flair. Um, and even
yeah,
if like somebody like a Becky Lynch or a Charlotte Flair comes back, maybe you have your fans, but the fans ain't gonna appreciate that because obviously they're gonna complain about Charlotte being on their TV every 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And then
exactly. Yeah,
with Becky Lynch, they you have fans starting to say that her reign became stale, which I can understand that
I
and
feel like
stuff like
every
that.
reign gets stale for a
Yeah,
while, like at some
every
point.
reign does it does get stale, but I mean, like think about how many days Becky had the Raw Women's Championship,
Right.
and
Like I don't even
man,
think she had as many as Bailey did she?
um, didn't she
At
get up
least
to
with
at least like
SmackDown.
400 something days?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Bailey has 500, and we're saying that hers isn't
Yeah, Bailey
stale.
has 500, but hers is combined because she was a former SmackDown Women's Champion. Currently, she's on her 365th day, 1 year.
Okay. I thought I saw a tweet about it today, and so
Yeah,
I got
it's
confused
but
because the 500 number is what jumped out at me.
Yeah, but she has 500 days combined, and that's great. We always there for combined reigns. Like Shayna Baszler obviously combined 500. I think hers was 548
Yeah,
in NXT, and it's awesome to see that. Maybe they'll find somebody who could actually have one reign and go up past
I
500 days,
liked
like
whenever they did that.
Asuka.
Yeah, like I like whenever they did that shit, and whenever they're like, "Hey, okay, so we're gonna have this person, they're gonna hold the title forever, and then we're gonna call them up to the main roster." And it's like, I mean, I guess if you're trying to make NXT a third brand and not the developmental place, then what you need to do is you need to take some of the superstars that might be, I don't know, floundering or at least underutilized that are on Raw or SmackDown, put them down there, and then put people that like there would actually be plans for on the main roster.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea on paper,
Yeah. One thing just before we get into this last match, because touching on your point of Reigns getting stale, how the fuck did anybody sit through all of that Bruno Sammartino shit whenever he was just like champion for 800 fucking years?
Oh man.
Like, I don't, I'm not here to talk shit on legends, but at the same time, we're talking about championships getting fucking stale. That's the goddamn definition of stale.
What about like
Like,
Fabulous Moolah?
yeah, Fabulous Moolah too. It goes for all of them. I mean, it's not just like one person. It's just like,
We
oh
probably
hey,
talk
we have our champion, and now we're gonna have him be champion for 8.5 years. Cool, thanks, bye.
we probably talking about this, and I probably know some fans who like probably don't like Oscar's reign as well, but hers was dominant, and I
Yeah, I
guess
mean that's
theirs
the
was
thing.
dominant as well. But like, I don't know about Fabulous Moolah though, because like maybe she was holding that shit just to hold it. I don't know.
I mean, she
I
was
don't
like
know
the
my
only
wrestling.
fucking woman in wrestling for a
I
while.
mean,
So
yeah, but
her and Mae Young.
and didn't you have? Well, yeah, you have a point. Damn, man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
When did you get tired of this? I mean, you wouldn't get tired of holding because yeah, you're the champion. But damn, when did you get tired of just like holding on to a belt for
Yeah,
so
like,
fucking long.
and also, how does that not kill like the suspension of disbelief for any fans? Like at that, I mean, like, and I get that wrestling was different back in those times, and like it was perceived differently. But at the same time, how the fuck did you not go into the Coliseum wherever you're going and seeing a fucking wrestling event and go, oh wow, I bet Bruno's gonna fucking win again? Like every time, it doesn't
He
make
probably
sense.
did.
Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You could either have one reign as champion and hold it for a long time, or you could either have 40 something reigns as a champion and hold it for a short amount of time, aka R Truth,
Yeah,
which I
true.
love.
I do love that shit.
One thing I will proclaim right now: if Sasha wins that SmackDown Women's Championship, they better give her a fucking good reign, not just a 30-day
That's what I'm
trial,
saying. They got
30
to give
day
her.
AOL 9.0 optimized ass trial of a reign. No, give her the motherfucking 5G, high
She's got to have at
speed.
least a year, man. She's been fucked on so much.
I
It's
swear, man.
yeah.
Speaking of multiple champions, we have two-time NXT champion Finn Balor against Kyle O'Reilly for the main event of this takeover card, and again, fucking banger of a match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen a lot of people saying that it's a match of the year contender. I don't know about all that. It was a great match, but I think that there's a lot of other ones that have been better, like an NJPW or
Oh yeah, yeah,
like I
New
mean,
Japan.
New Japan always has fire shit, but that's also because Okada is fucking god.
we we all know this, man. Shit, New Japan be having fire shit, man. Shout out to the bro Dado. He's the main New Japan watcher,
Mm-hmm.
and follower. I try to follow it, but I don't really just follow it as much as like the women's wrestling that I watch and stuff like that.
I had a
Um,
fucking subscription for a while, but it ended up running out just because like I didn't end up renewing it just because I'm fucking broke. But
true, true, but yeah, man, it was a good match, good ass match, man.
yeah, Finn fucking Balor.
Yeah, Finn, and
Just
you gotta give credit to Kyle too. He showed out
yeah,
too. But injuries were sustained in this match. Apparently, like I said earlier, Kyle had to go to the hospital. He had some teeth that was out. Apparently,
didn't Balor break his jaw?
yeah, it was something like that because he was definitely bleeding out his mouth at the end of the match,
I
and he had to go to
I
the
could
hospital to
tell.
get evaluated.
Did you watch where like right after the match, like after like hands were being raised and all that shit? Did you look at his jaw? It was hanging to the left.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen that. I seen the blood and everything, and yeah. So him and Kyle had to go to the hospital after the event, but it wouldn't go without having appearance by Ridge Holland. Apparently, he had Adam Cole on his fucking shoulder and just dropped him um over the barricade and onto the padding, and we got Undisputed Era coming out there asking what happened. What did you see? Why are you asking Kyle and Finn what happened and what did you see? Like they were
Bro, they were wrestling.
they were fucking wrestling in the ring, bro. Like what? I don't know,
I
but
don't get it. What's been going on with Holland and Undisputed Era? Because apparently there's shit that I'm missing. Or did he just
I
come
don't know.
back
I mean, he just
like
came. He just came there and he had Adam Cole in on his
that?
shoulder,
That
just
that just
defeated.
seems so random to me. Like bro just pulled up and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And just fucking dumped him, and then just like left. Like he didn't even say anything. I figured he at least cut a promo or something, but no, he
Nah.
just fucking drops Adam Cole, and then just walks off. Like okay, I guess whatever.
Yeah, he just dropped him, and I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, okay, shit, damn, damn, okay,
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be find out next week on NXT.
this week, hopefully. Well, actually,
Yeah.
no, it'll probably be found out next week because I'm such a dumbass. NXT does this thing where they have matches before, and they record the NXT episode this week before the takeover. So
Yup.
yeah, I guess we will find out next week. We probably see like a highlight this week and something like that, but we'll probably find out next week what happened and stuff like that.
I don't know why they're doing everything just like everything a week in advance. Like if you're gonna have a champion that is gonna drop the belt, then it would be probably in your best interest to do every show every week after everything, so there's no spoilies that leak out.
But I mean, they didn't have a champion that dropped the belt though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so like in this case, it worked out just fine. But like, fuck. I mean, like, if next pay per view Balor loses his NXT championship to fucking Rich Holland, let's just throw it out there because apparently that's what the posturing kind of seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, if you were doing everything a week in advance, then like, oh, you're gonna see Rich Holland pull up with the fucking belt, and then everyone's gonna be confused, like, what the fuck happened, and then the whole
Oh,
thing is
yeah, I
spoiled.
understand. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Um, yeah, I definitely understand. Like some people can't really watch the pay per view and they only watch NXT weekly on USA. Then the week after the pay per view, they see somebody new with the belt and like just like what the fuck going on. But then again, you have the internet right at the fucking palm of your hands, so
Yeah,
you can
right.
easily look up what happened and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've been doing this shit forever as far as taping NXT before the next episode of NXT before a takeover. They've been doing that for a while, so that's
Shit.
nothing new. Um, and I guess I see it as they do it not only to you know give their other stars time. I think that's the main reason why they do it, just to give their other stars some airtime.
Yeah.
Like I think Xia Li has a match this week. And you have other people on the roster that deserves time. So I guess that's the main reason why they do it. But
I mean, like, I guess that makes sense. It's just like I'm thinking about just protecting your own brand and like, what the fuck's going on in your promotion.
well, yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that definitely.
Yeah.
So if you had to if you had to give this a rating on the four takeovers this year, what would you rate it out of the four takeovers? Would you rate it number one? Would you rate it like number four, or number three, or number two?
I think it's a solid number one or two, honestly. It was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah. I had I see I think I have like uh 31, then I have Portland, then I have 30, then I have In Your House.
And
In Your
then
House
Halloween
was
Havoc is about to be coming back too.
well, yeah, but that's not
It's
really
not gonna be a takeover. It's just gonna be like the 1 week show, but
yeah, the one
still.
week show like they did with the Great American Bash and stuff like that. We do have show anniversary show this week. Obviously AEW is doing the 30th anniversary of Chris Jericho show this
Yep.
week. Do you have a favorite Jericho moment?
Man, for me it's always going to be I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot. Man, that shit fucking sends me forever. And then I don't know, man. I remember being a fucking kid and watching Jericho debut in the
Yeah,
WWE
that
and
was
watching the fucking countdown and all that.
yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
I'm gonna have to say that's like my favorite Jericho moment.
That's probably like actually my favorite Jericho moment. The only other one that I could see is when he won the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah, I think my other favorite Jericho moment, which is kind of ironic, is the Festival of Friendship.
That was a fucking great one too, actually.
That-
Why is my name on this?
Why is my name on it? That was
That shit made me cry, bro.
yeah. It was kind of sad to see, and but it was a dope moment. It was kind of fun seeing him do the Mimosa Mayhem match.
Yeah,
That I mean, the shit he's it's funny because every time he creates something that he's involved in, he always loses or something. Like the money, he never won the Money in the Bank. And he didn't win the Mimosa Mayhem, which is like interesting. Like if you created the shit, you should at least win. Like something like that.
exactly. But yeah, no, I definitely think I think it's probably my number one or two. Portland's the only other one I can see.
Yeah. I think 31 might be the best of the year.
Yeah. Man, we ran about 30 minutes over a fucking time.
It don't fucking matter. It should at least fit on Anchor this time. It's not like 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
You have any final thoughts?
Not really. Go Hogs, fuck Auburn.
And no Raw.
Nine and one still alive.
I think Raw Underground is back tonight.
Oh Jesus. I refuse to see it.
Jesus. Shit, man. It's 9 o'clock already. I think the game is already on. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and this let you off. Let you watch your Packers play.
It
Uh,
sounds good.
Thank you again for joining me this time.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem.
yeah. I'm gonna have to have you back on in the future. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
definitely. Stuff like that, man. For anybody who listened to this and got this far, I appreciate you guys for listening to Ring Talk. I got some big stuff, coming ahead, and just stay updated and stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
And
Once
also
again,
stay hydrated.
yeah, also stay hydrated. That's important. I bet to catch you drinking some water. If you drinking juice only, you should put that down and grab you a nice cup of ice water. I just,
Get you
like
some
go
Fiji from your local convenience store.
go. I mean, if you have a Wawa around you, just go into the Wawa, grab you a 44 ounce, put some ice in that hole, and get some water, and you can just walk out. Nobody's gonna like stop you, and it's free water.
That's good shit.
Yes, drink some fucking water, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know who it is, man. It's your boy Grizzly FOG. Signing off with WayJay.
Yup.
As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay base. Everyone is different. Everyone is special. Um, you know, shout out to all the real OGs out there who be tuning in and also be listening to my music. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere where music is played. Grizzly FOG. Just look me up. I dropped an EP a month ago, Saturday night's main event, and I might drop another EP this month. But just be on the lookout
Woo.
for that. And yeah,
Hell yeah.
so till next time, see you guys later. Thanks for listening and peace out.
Peace.